Dear students, today we are going to study The Merchant of Venice, written by William Shakespeare, Act 3, Scene 3. We will study the old version, then I will explain. So, let us have some of the lines of Act 3, Scene 3. This is original text. Enter Shylock, Salenio, Antonio, and the jailer. Shylock says, Jailer means gaoler, look to him, tell not me of mercy. This is the fool that lent out money gratis. Jailer, look to him. Antonio says, hear me yet, good Shylock. So, this is the dialogue between Shylock and Antonio, and it is the scenario of court where Antonio is bound to give his trial. Let us have the explanation of these two dialogues. Shylock, Salenio, Antonio, and the jailer enter over there. Shylock says, Jailer, watch out for this one. Don't try to convince me to feel sorry for him. This is the fool who lent out money without charging interest. Jailer, keep an eye on him. At this, Antonio says, listen to me, good Shylock. Hope I think you are able to understand. Now, further lines of the old text. Shylock says, I will have my bond, speak not against my bond. I have sworn an oath that I will have my bond. Thou calledst me dog before thou hadst a cause, but since I am a dog, beware my fangs. Fangs means here the teeth. The Duke shall grant me justice. I do wonder, thou naughty jailer, that thou art so fond to come abroad with him at his request. At this, Antonio says, I pray thee, thee means you, hear me speak. Dear students, let us have the explanation of these lines. Shylock says, I am going to get my bond. Don't try to say anything against my taking my bond. I have sworn an oath that I will have my bond. You called me a dog before you had any reason to, but since I am a dog, beware my fangs. The Duke will give me justice. I do wonder, jailer, how you can be so foolish as to let this prisoner out of his cell. Cell means here the prison. At this, Antonio further says, please listen to me. It means he appeals to Shylock that he should also listen to him. Further lines are, Shylock says, I will have my bond, I will not hear thee speak. I will have my bond and therefore speak no more. I will not be made a soft and dull-eyed fool to shake the head, relent and sigh and yield to Christian intercessors. Follow not. I will have no speaking, I will have my bond. Exit Shylock. Dear students, let us have the explanation of these lines. Shylock says, I want my bond, I won't listen to you. I want my bond, so stop talking. I won't be taken for a fool who sighs and gives in to Christian meddlers. Don't follow me, I'm not talking with you. I want my bond. Further, Shylock exists from there. It is he goes away. Next, Solenio says it is the most impenetrable cur. Cur means here the dog that ever kept with men. Antonio says, let him alone. I will follow him no more with bootless prayers. He seeks my life. His reason, well I know. I oft delivered from his forfeitures. Many that have at times made moan to me. Moan means here that sorrowful sigh. Therefore he hates me. Solenio says, I am sure The Duke will never grant this forfeiture to Holt. Dear students, let us have the explanation of these lines. Solenio says, he is the most stubborn dog that ever lived among humans. Further, Antonio says, leave him alone. I won't follow him around with useless pleas anymore. Please be sincere appeals. He wants me dead. I know the real reason. I have often given money to people who were unable to pay back their loans to him. That's why he hates me. Solemnus says, I'm sure the Duke will never allow this contract to be enforced. Further lines are the old text of the play. Antonio says the Duke cannot deny the course of law for the commodity that strangers have with us in Venice. If it be denied, will much impede the justice of his state, since that the trade and profit of the city consist of all nations. Therefore go, these griefs and losses have so weighted me, that I shall hardly spare a pound of flesh tomorrow to my body creditor. Well, jailer on, pray God Bassanio come to see me pay his debt, but and then I care not. Saying this, Antonio and all other characters they go away. It means exeunt. Dear students, let us have the explanation of these lines. Antonio says the Duke cannot deny the law because that would threaten the security of all foreign merchants in Venice, and that's how the city makes its money. If the government disregards the law, it will be discredited. So go, I have lost so much weight worrying about my losses. Have that I will hardly have a pound of flesh to spare for my bloody creditor tomorrow. Well, jailer, let us go. I hope to God that Bassanio comes to see me pay his debt. So, this was the last wish of Antonio, that Bassanio should come over there and he should be the witness how his friend Antonio has paid the debt. After that, I don't care what happens. Saying this, Antonio and all other characters they go away from the stage. Dear students, now thank you very much.